There's things. There's an internet. There's an internet of things. Are they safe? Do you use them? They're annoying. Ah!
This is United A-Holes, a video cast discussing cultural topics with no filter.
Welcome back to Area 41, Alexa's favorite spot on the internet. So,
Siri disagrees.
Siri disagrees. Yeah, I know she does, but she can suck it.
And Bixby doesn't care.
Bixby,
Bixby doesn't work hard enough to care.
It's a weak engine. Weak. So there's a trend called Internet of Things, where it's all these smart devices that we have in our homes. Things like, you know, your Google Pucks and your Google Home full size and your Alexas and your... So I'm sure Samsung's got something, up to including like game consoles, Wi-Fi cameras,
robot butlers.
There's refrigerators, there's toasters, there's Roombas, pet feeding utensils that you can scope.
Android boxes.
You can scope in on your pet and then go feed them a treat and fling the treat at the dog. It's grand. But there's also a security hole here, I do believe, that is not being patched because there's so many devices being manufactured. But to kind of steer the conversation a bit, I kind of set out three layers to this. I want to talk about, A, does anyone here use any Internet of Things items? And if so, what? Do you like it? Whatever. Second part's going to be, do we buy into it? Do we think it's a forward trend? And thirdly, to talk about the security concept, what's behind it and what's going on. So first off, I'm going to jump and circle around. Do you have an IoT device or multiples?
Yes, we have a large size Google Home upstairs, and then we have the Mini in our bedroom, actually. Yeah.
I don't think I do, based on if I understand.
Not that I know of. No.
Yes, you do.
What?
You have a PlayStation, you have an Xbox.
Yeah, I guess that would be
You have a smart TV.
Yeah, true.
I have a 360 from 2009.
It's not networked. Yeah.
Other than the things that connect to the internet, I don't either.
Yeah.
No, I guess I was thinking like Google Home and shit like that.
No, anything outside of basically a PC that connects to the internet is considered an IoT device now.
Okay.
Smartphone?
No, they're on a PC level.
Okay.
The reason they include consoles, not that I
What
agree
about
with
tablets?
Tablets, no, they're running an Android. They routinely get security patches and whatnot. The consoles tend to fall off toward the end of life cycle, even though they're supported beyond the security patch life cycle. So, like example, a Nintendo Wii U connects to the internet and has not received a software update in years. I'm sure there's security flaws there, but consoles are considered in that market. So, Ryan, you have...
I do have a Google Home Mini, and you count Roku streaming sticks?
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, so I have those as well.
Cool.
I've got a smart TV.
Smart TV, that's it?
That's
Nothing
it.
else. Nothing else connects to the internet. No light bulbs, no...
No light bulbs, no Google...
Temperature gauge?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
No temperature gauges, no...
Yeah.
Well, a Blu-ray player that connects to the internet.
No.
I do have smart plugs, but I just thought of that as Home Mini because that's where they're connected.
And an
but they are their
amplifier.
own product.
My AV receiver connects to the internet.
So that would be an IoT device for sure. I have a light bulb or two. I've got a Google Home Mini. I've got a couple consoles. I think that's it, although I'm considering buying more. Even with the problems that could potentially be included with those. But the light bulbs I find way too useful, and the power plugs.
I was just going to ask that because I was thinking about buying some light bulbs.
What do the light bulbs do?
You connect them to an app, depending on which ecosystem they're part of. So a lot of them will tie into Google Home or Apple's Control or whatever. And then you can literally pull up your device and say, I want to adjust the light brightness. Or in my case, the one in my office now is RGB as well as white. So I can set the color, I can set a pattern on it, I can adjust the brightness in a percentage level.
The red light's on, baby's home!
The other advantage of it is a majority of these devices you can control from outside the home. Yeah. So people can use it as a, if you want to make it appear, how people say make your home appear in a random way when you're away on a trip, you can literally just, as you think of it, pop in and turn lights on and off to make it look like someone's in the house.
I saw like a nightlight type lamp that it makes it look like your TV's on in the room, the way the light works.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it pulses.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's genius. So yeah, so there's a few of us. Basically, everyone has something except for
Something.
Josh. I think you don't.
I mean, I have a smartphone. I have a laptop.
No, they're both, I would say, updated routinely enough, give or take. So do we think it's a forward trend? Is the next question.
Oh, totally.
Do you think it's not going away? Do you
it's
buy
not
into it? You
going
don't think
away.
it's a gimmick?
No.
No. I'm
Oh God, no.
I'm seeing it on appliances at work.
Yeah, have you seen the refrigerators yet? Have you guys brought one in?
Refrigerator, stove, clothes washer. I believe there's a
Clothes washer. What kind of functionality do you get?
Oh, it is pretty cool.
Okay, please enlighten us.
For somebody that said, okay, so the washer's done, it sends you a notification to say the washer has finished. You then have a broadcast option or a single person option for you to tell your son specifically, pop up on his phone, go take the clothes out of the washer and put them in the dryer, please.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So you can just assign tasks and never get off your ass.
That's awesome. Children are slaves.
Don't do as I do, do as I say.
Google
I
slave
say
driver.
do the laundry.
And I'll go with the TVs now. They are now in the process of eliminating boxes. Like for example, in 2019,
They don't ship with
Samsung
boxes anymore? What the fuck?
They
Samsung
just tie it to a
basically said,
just in bubble
for
wrap
all
face to
you
face.
guys that have Apple TV, here's our app right on the television. You don't
Apple
have to
TV's
have
built into the
built
television.
into the TV
okay.
now.
Which is
So-
fine, provided they can update them. But that's one of the problems that you've experienced. I think you've mentioned before, where TVs stop getting updates, so they no longer can do YouTube, or they can no longer connect to certain services because those services
That's how
update.
you sell people new TVs.
That's
right?
great, isn't it? Yeah, it's good for our environment by throwing those things away because it doesn't connect.
I do want the fridge that you can actually connect to the webcam so you can look in your fridge while you're shopping to see if you have
Yep.
something.
Yeah. And there's also ones that I do believe I've read that may be crazy expensive, but have weight pockets on them so you can set like your milk in a specific spot, and it can
Oh, okay.
measure
Yeah.
How much?
the mass of it and know, okay, you're down to a quarter of the weight of the.
At what point is that making you lazy, though?
Oh, it all is.
It's all making us
No,
lazy.
no, my friends. How many times have you got home from the grocery store and went, oh, fuck, I forgot to pick up cheese. Shit! And you've got to go get it because you need it for whatever you're making that night.
And that's more
Because
harmful
you're
on
too
the
lazy
environment
to
because you're
look
getting in the
before you
car
went.
again.
No. You just one of those things you totally forgot. You forgot to put on your list, or like just one of those oh shit moments. If you could turn a camera on in your fridge and turn the light on and turn it, or there's a camera in 2 or 3 different spots, you could literally just look in your refrigerator and go,
Yeah.
But
'Cause you always-
but why? How would that improve the situation though? Because you didn't think of the cheese when you were at the store. So, are you saying you would instinctively think to check the fridge while you're at the store?
if I had that, I would go, all right, before we leave, hang on just a second.
Oh, okay.
What are we? Yep. Did we get that? Yep. Okay.
How
Did
much
we get
does
that?
the milk weigh?
Because it happens all the time. You're in the grocery store going, I need cheese. There's cheese right there. Oh, look at Linda's big tits. Okay, yeah, I'm done. to the checkout.
My rule now is when my wife says it off the list, we go to that. I don't do the up and down the aisle thing.
No.
It's like over here and get that, over here and get that, over there and get that. I need to backtrack over there because I forgot.
That's
to get,
why I stay consistently with one store because we have it pretty much
know where
mapped out.
stuff is. Yeah.
Tracy will do up a list on Google Keep, a checklist.
Yes. Yeah.
And I will go through the store and pick up exactly what's on that list.
Yeah.
The only difference is she'll leave at the bottom of it if you need anything,
Yeah. Too fucking bad for you, buddy.
Yeah.
This is
because
the
she
best.
doesn't watch the stocks of what I eat. So, because I eat a separate diet than her and the kids. So it's up to me to remember what I've got going on when I go to the store. And every time, never fails that I don't.
So
go.
you're a keto loner at your house?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely a keto loner.
He's on his own.
My issue is that most of
Army
these
of one.
grocery stores, you don't get good internet reception anyway because there's too much steel.
Yeah, the superstore isn't bad until you get back to the section where the dairy and back is.
If I'm checking anything like how much is on my points card or whatever, I walk out to where the windows are. You're right. There is shitty service, but I mean it's all steel everywhere. So
So the last aspect to cover in this is all the reports of security flaws in it. So, example, you buy a $29 light bulb and put in your home that connects to Wi-Fi, and that company isn't making enough money off you to put enough resources into the development cycle to push security updates when flaws are identified.
And because you want to be able to use it from outside your home, they have created a tunnel inside your home, even if you have firewalls and routers.
So there are other devices now coming out, which I sent a link on a video of a demo of, where there's a device that sits between your internet connection and your router inside the house that filters all that traffic to stop it from happening. It's not a cheap thing, and it's a subscription service on top of the device.
And it's not guaranteed.
And it's not guaranteed, but they are at least trying to stop this activity. Now, the question I would have in my regard is, am I doing anything on my home network enough to worry about that isn't already protected to some degree? So, example
Because
being,
your Wi-Fi's got a password on it.
yeah, but if they can come in through the internet, it doesn't matter. Once they get inside,
That device is already on the Wi-Fi.
so they could come through and do whatever they want. The only thing I would be concerned about really is if they could somehow keystroke capture any activity of internet banking.
Yeah.
That's the only real concern I have. Other than that,
Would a VPN kind of help out?
if you
that?
used a VPN to connect to your banking, yeah, but even that can be kind of a sketch factor. So that's the only real concern I've ever thought of. I sat back and thought, if someone accessed my network in my home, I guess crypto locking my entire data would suck, because I know what that means, and I will begrudgingly state that I'm not good at backing up my shit. My photos are on Google, so that's fine, that's out there. And I suppose them getting access to some of my online accounts would suck, like your social media or your email.
Exactly.
Stuff like that would suck to lose control of if they took control of it on you. I've had that happen once with World of Warcraft back in the day, and it was not fun. As much as it sounds like, well, just get over it, but you paid $15 a month to play the game, and right when I was starting to play, they intercepted somehow and changed my password and locked me out and logged in and drained my character's contents. Sold off all my gear, sold off all my stuff, took all my gold, and started.
And it was like that.
And they started the guild bank right when I said something's wrong, and then someone in the guild come on and said, "Why are you taking all the shit out of the guild bank?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Not me. Boot me from the boot me out, kick me out of the guild." So they did, and then I contacted Blizzard support, and I was even using the fob.
Yeah, that was surprising.
So they managed to intercept the fob's knowledge somehow and figure out how to pair everything up and get into my account. It was insane. And I still have no idea. So the day after that, I wiped my entire machine. Blizzard set my stuff back up, put everything back the way it was as of the time of the report. I logged back in on Sunday night. Sunday night, got attacked again. The same thing happened a second time.
Oh, dude.
So I have no idea what was on my network, what was causing it, but it was one of those things that took time. It ate out of my schedule. So that's the concern with all these IoT things.
How did you resolve it in the end?
I ended up actually, I can't remember what Blizzard told me to do. There was something that I put on the computer.
So
that
they had a
account.
solution for you that worked out, though.
Yeah, it was something about like enabling Windows Firewall and then allowing Blizzard to pass through it. So basically using Windows Firewall as a last-ditch effort. But it made me really conscious of all the possibilities. Now, looking at all the things that connect and may not be updated.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that happened to your Blizzard. What if it was your Steam?
Yeah.
You know, it's not one game, it's potentially thousands of dollars worth of games.
Exactly.
They're all gone. You lose access.
True.
So do you have any concerns over the security of your devices?
I don't, because I always make this statement, one of these days I'm probably going to be very wrong, is that who exactly wants to target me? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that I'm high profile enough or important enough for me to necessarily be a target, unless it's just a random, let's just find somebody and fuck
That's the
them.
problem. You're not the target, you're the bystander that got caught.
You end up being the target, exactly.
And if one of your friends is a target, and then they can
link through,
yeah, there you go. Yeah, so.
Yeah, there's a good question. Do we all use the devices we have now effectively? Do we find it improves our quality of life? I would say yes.
Oh, dude, I say good morning and good night to Google every single day, and it tells me what's on my calendar for the first thing. It gives me the weather so I can decide what I'm taking for a vehicle. And it's and I've got reminders set up on it. I look for substitutions when I'm cooking. The one in the kitchen gets used all the time. And then you want to listen to some tunes while you're cooking, just play some music.
Yep.
So.
Ryan would never do that with his.
he hates
I tried, I just did not enjoy it.
Google, are you broken?
So what's your take, Ken? What do you think of the Internet of Things? Do you foresee yourself getting more or adding anything?
No,
more?
I don't know. We sell the light bulbs and we sell the smart switches and the plugins and everything like that, and I just never really had an interest in, going down that rabbit hole. I mean, it's it's neat and everything like that, but
If you had an application that it would be handy to be able to tell your phone or Google whatever to turn a certain thing off or on, would you think about using it? Controlling the cat's tail, for example.
Like if you,
I didn't think I'd care about it either, and then I
Till
got
you-
a Google Mini for $5. I said, well, let's try this out, and got some smart plugs, and now I use it every day.
Yeah.
to do what?
Just turn things on and off, put them on timer, check the weather.
I suppose that's true because I was always music, and then when I got my very first big screen, it was for a while movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think once you get used to the fact, I mean, I actually kind of sold it to my brother-in-law because we were talking about Christmas is coming shortly. And I was like, yeah, I can't wait for Christmas. I am definitely putting at least one smart plug in for where the tree plugs in.
Yeah.
So I don't have to turn
I
it
bought
on
a
and off.
package of them, and that's a place I could use one.
And I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
and he was like, oh my God, I'm totally going in. And then the next day he messaged me, said, I bought a Google Home and I bought some smart plugs. I am totally doing the Christmas tree, and there's 2 or 3 other things. And then he thought about the internet kill switch, which is when the kids really piss him off, he's putting the router on the plug-in that's connected and he's labeling it kill switch, and he can just kill the internet.
Okay, Google, turn off kill switch. Okay, turning off kill switch. We have actually one in our
And
kitchen.
then you can't turn it back on voice activated because it's not connected to the internet anymore.
That was the joke. Yeah, he thought it was brilliant.
put in a code phrase. Okay, Google, make my kids hate me for an hour.
I look forward to I look forward to the day that it's just as easy to just kill your kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hard to top that.
Took a dark turn.
The last article you brought it up earlier was the fact that one of the creators or one of the engineers at Google said that you should announce to people that you have smart devices listening in your home when they show up to visit.
Speaking of smart devices that are listening, a lot of the new headphones that are connected to smart devices are automatic translators.
Yeah.
So when you're going abroad
Oh, cool.
and you hear somebody speak a different language, it's picking it up, translating it, and putting the language that you
like a
want into your ear.
That's frickin'
That is
cool.
really,
Universal
really
Yeah, will never make you
translators.
angry when you're walking through a city and they're starting to badmouth you because you're a foreigner.
Amsterdam is back
Star
on.
Trek gets it again. Star Trek for the win.
Wow, that'll
Right
come
on.
in handy when we make all of New Brunswick speak Spanish.
Yeah. So are you going to let people know when they walk in your home that you have a Google Home?
Everybody that walks in our house knows because when we gather in the kitchen,
It's there.
I'll be like, okay, Google, play such and such. And somebody will be like, oh, you know what song I like? But the most fun is we have a friend who is from England and Google does not recognize. She goes, okay, Google. Or then she'll say it wrong. She'll go, Google. And I'm like, no, you've got to say okay or hey, Google. And she'll say it and the fucking thing won't
So-
recognize her. She gets so pissed. I'm like, what song do you want to hear, Michelle? And she tells me and I tell it and it plays.
So one
Goddamn
of the
thing.
other triggers, Alexa and Hey Siri. I hope some of our people that are watching this have those devices.
Cortana.
She's dead. She's dead.
What was Cortana?
Microsoft.
That was Microsoft.
Oh.
What's the hit? Tell us, Mr. Video Game Nerd. What's Cortana's origins?
She's the AI in Halo.
And they
I didn't know that.
And they moved her to
Really?
the AI of Windows and then killed her.
Well, they spoiler alert, killed her in Halo.
Oh really? Oh shit.
She was the
Shit,
That's
angel.
why they had to move her over. She is already, it was a witness relocation program.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you
You
could
don't
get
want to know.
a pocket pussy that connected to the internet, would you?
Nope.
They have them, by the way.
Yeah, they're called fuck you, fuck me's.